Sagittarius, it's your girl Merch, the big body Benz. Run, tell them. The big body high priestess, somebody come see this. I popped in to see what's good with you, Sag. Got a message for you. I really feel like, right, it's crazy how it just cut out. It feels like somebody's mic gets cut off as I'm about to say. It feels like getting checked for doing too much. Energy is doing too much on a microphone or being too loud or right? I don't got no problem with your energy. You show up as colorful as you need to, but there is something about being disruptive, um, offensive, even, you know, making light of a situation where you need to be serious at someone's job or, something that is serious to someone else. So I feel like someone being stern with you or calling you out, you being called to um, be more considerate, be more reserved, be more reliable, even for support. It's crazy how nowhere this little fly comes. Okay, it looks like a little baby fly. So it's giving me spy energy around. Someone's watching, you're watching. 3, 4, 5 on the clock. You should have moved on somewhere and you're showing up as a monitoring spirit. Or someone is doing this with you, but I just feel like it's clear lines have been drawn in the sand. This is like someone being, um, on a platform doing their own thing and you still being in their likes knowing that the two of y'all are not talking, or you still being in their views knowing that the two of y'all not talking, or you watching them when they going live knowing that the two of y'all are not talking, or y'all are not on good terms right now. They don't want that. It doesn't feel authentic to them anyway. So stop doing it. It feels like you being funny anyway. I feel like continuing to do something until you get a rise out of somebody, and then when you get the rise you're looking for, you don't like it. It doesn't feel so good. Somebody wants attention so damn bad. Why are all the pictures crooked? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Oh, but also, this is crooked. That's why. The tripod. So interesting. Angel of Strength out here in reverse just feels like it's important for you not to give your power away to anybody. So two things. One, others been trying to get you to flex your power around, over assert yourself, try to be super dominant, be aggressive for no reason. Man, I ain't doing all of that. I don't gotta do all of that. I don't want to go back and forth with y'all that way. I'm just being me. I'm authentic in who I am. I don't want to be the toughest person in the room. I don't want to be in competition with anybody. Like, please maintain that. A lot of people trying to get you out of that at this time. And there's moments where you've been engaging in this and giving your power away and don't even realize it. Okay, 32 in the room, welcome. As it was 3:23 on the clock. Welcome. As you come in, please hit the like button. It's 32 of y'all watching. I appreciate the energetic donations. Hit that like button. Share this with someone that you love. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, one just being like others trying to get you to be overly aggressive or just engage in drama and their bullshit, and that's not conducive to, you know, your health at this time. Your focus, you doing what you want, and I just maintain not giving your power away to this. But also I feel like there's others who try to bait you, right? This yin yang card being upright is you being in your yin energy. For a lot of you, I'm talking to my Sagittarian masculines right now. Okay, I'm talking to a lot of my Sagittarian masculines right now. Like, others are trying to bait you to put yourself in dangerous situations, dangerous environments. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer or somebody who has Cancer placements, because this energy came out in Cancer's place in Cancer's reading. Okay, something similar came out for Cancer as well. But like, be careful. Don't let anyone egg you on or bait you or try to, challenge your manhood, or, let a woman in the background kind of be like, come on, you could do it, or be more aggressive, or take more action, because she doesn't know how to control her own anxiety, because she doesn't know how to regulate herself emotionally. I just feel like, be mindful of this. The feminine energy wants the masculine energy to be more aggressive, and literally he's being called to be in his yin energy, to be more receptive, to rest more, to listen more, to be and not do. Okay? Be more and do less. Exist. Just exist more. And this making the feminine energy uncomfortable because of the way that it calls on her to rely on herself. Okay, maybe in a perfect world, he would be showing up how you want. But in this reality, that is how he's called to show up in her life. It just is what it is. A lot of uncomfortability where the masculine has prioritized himself and needing to just make peace with that shit and move on and act accordingly. The way that this would leave him in the dust with certain connections, the way he would no longer get access to certain connections would then motivate him to shift, to change, to put more effort in, okay? But because he wants to, by choice and not by force, okay? A lot of you have like been allowing certain people to twist your arm, or your partner to twist your arm, or you've just been going with the flow because they telling you what to do, and you don't want to fight about something, or you tired of the results you get when you give pushback. So full surrender. No, don't, no. Don't lose your dignity. Don't give your self-respect away. Don't give your self-respect away. Stand your ground. But find balance in your connections. Listen. This being in his yin energy really feels like needing to tap more into his divine feminine energy so that he can understand the feminine expression. He can understand the divine feminines in his life and appreciate them more. She has to allow that process to happen, even though it may be uncomfortable for her. Having to look a little closer at the way that she's allowed someone else being out of balance to throw her out of balance. So yeah, I feel like for my Sag masculines, this energy is saying, you're not weak. Or it's not weak to feel your feelings. It's not weak to need rest. It's not weak to not need to take action, but to wait and be still. It's necessary. And bridging the gap between you and your own personal feminine energy, your internal feminine energy, but also this highlighting, as within so without. There is an uncomfortability between you and your inner divine feminine, and it's coming out as within so without. So it's also playing out in certain connections where the feminines in your life are uncomfortable with your need to rest, your need to take a moment to think, your need to not be impulsive in your decision making, your need to process. You surrendering to what is and allowing what flows to flow and what crashes to crash. Someone's like, why are you not fighting harder? Because the energy's not conducive for me to do so. I'm not supposed to. And this is making her uncomfortable and highlighting for her where she hasn't done as much work as she thinks she has. Because no matter what, you are supposed to be at peace within yourself. No matter what shifts and changes around you, what's unreliable or unpredictable around you. This being necessary for both parties to see. Wanting him to be more balanced requires her to trust and release control. Acquire some more balance of her own. But I just want to say, Sag, there really is something about a feminine energy placing value on a masculine based on how much money he makes. And, if she doesn't know better, he needs to. Yeah, it's important for you to show up and be a provider, especially if this is like a family dynamic, or, there are certain contractual agreements that are being broken or, need to be upheld. Like, I fucking get it, but, especially in, romantic connections where, like, the feminine needs that provider spirit in the masculine in order to be able to respect him and honor him that way. Financial constraints, and this could be a big one that's been going on with him. He needs to know, he needs to get into his feminine energy so he can create, bet on himself, rely on himself, rely on his gifts, believe in them, allow them to flow fucking naturally. And she has to trust the process, you know? Or these two people need to separate, because that's what he's meant to do right now. And she's meant to be there for herself, rely on herself, or remember that she's always had her back, or needs to have her back. She shouldn't have been giving that much power away to him to rely on, to begin with. Okay? Or you've already activated this within yourself. You've already unlocked your own abundance this way. You've already unlocked your own magic. Allow him to do the same. Give some grace and some space, and allow him to do the same. Crazy. This is a really tough spot to be in, because this is like this energy where they really speak about how there is so much power in a woman's tongue and her words and how she shows up. You know, you will hear a woman say, who's, you know, there are horror stories, man. So you can just hear a woman saying, I don't want to build, you know, no man up, or I don't want to overly invest, or I don't want to have to speak more life into you than you speak into yourself. Meanwhile, like, this is your gift to the world as a woman. And so don't let one bad experience stop you from showing up and genuinely pulling the best out of people with your presence, with your love, with your support, with your nurturing. Be mindful of not allowing yourself to stay in connections with people who exhaust you and then have you so resentful or have you so rigid in this way, because that was never how you're meant to be. You are always supposed to speak life into and love into and encourage and build up the masculines in your life that way. That's your gift, divine feminine. What they're designed to give to you in return is what they're designed to give to you in return. Do with that information what you will. Right? But if he's showing up like a fucking punk, if he not showing up as a man, how can I respect him as a man? Well, the more that you berate him, the more that you talk down on him, the more that you think on his downfall and say and think about things like he'll never be blessed as long as he don't take care of me, or as long as he don't do right, or as long as he don't do this. You working your magic and putting your energy and your intentions into this, he won't thrive. He won't show up as that version of himself, whether it's for you or himself. Okay? You working on him at that point and don't even fucking realize it. Someone needs to realize it, because you've been doing this to your partner, wanting your partner to thrive so much, but you speaking so negatively over them, about them, or thinking it, that being enough. You know, thinking that they're a lost cause, thinking they'll never fucking get it. You know, they ain't shit, they'll never be shit, has them showing up this way. Multiple truths exist. Multiple truths exist. Yes, they are in control of their own decisions. And yes, you are that fucking powerful at the same damn time. You create your reality. So looking a little closer at the reality that you created by speaking so negatively on my baby daddy ain't shit. He a bum. He this, he that. Someone's wilding. My kid's father, my husband. Talking shit, gossiping about their significant other or about this person that they are ultimately family with, and wanting the situation to improve. Right? Even if this is an ex of yours, if y'all share children, or if y'all still have to be involved in each other's lives in this way, you still want them to become the best version of themselves. So you and your baby daddy break up, or you and your baby mama break up, you still have to speak highly of them. You still have to care about their well-being in that sense. Or that's in an ideal situation. But it's really important for you to show up and put your best foot forward to create an ideal situation. And so someone just keeps reiterating that he ain't shit. And I also just feel like for some of you, someone's going through a really awkward stage. Someone's a teenager. They're showing up really ugly. Teenagers can be really fucking ugly in the way that they act. You know? Someone's been showing up really ugly as they learn themselves, fill themselves out, you know? Learn what they like and what they don't like. Test their boundaries. This is not who they're always going to be. So someone has to look a little closer at how ugly their teenager has been fucking acting, or their kid sister, kid brother has been acting, okay? And do their best to love them through it. And, you know that in the future they're going to regret some of the things that they're doing, or they're going to regret all of the things that they're doing, and that conversation is going to happen. You know, that conversation that we all have when we look at our parents when we grow up and we go, I'm sorry. Or after we have children of our own and we fucking get it and we go, oh my God, what did I put you through? I'm sorry. How'd you ever deal with me? You know, it takes a really long time, but that conversation is coming. So please do your best to love them through it. Like someone's teenager is smoking or stealing or being disrespectful or is fucking up in school. And it's like, you want to be a bum? Do you want to be a loser? You know? Do you want to be an addict? Do you want to end up in jail? Because that's where you're headed. You're speaking that shit over your baby. I know it don't feel like that in the moment. And I know for a lot of us, that's what was done to us. And some of us had really rough lives because we were written off too early by those who were supposed to love us through those difficult stages. So I really want you to meditate on how to show up and love the people in your life when they're showing up. Is hard to love in those moments. I gotta work extra hard to love on you right now, to support you right now, to keep my heart open right now. But you are worth the challenge. This connection is you getting past this, me getting to see who you become. It's such an honor and a privilege that I want to get through this rough patch with you. For some of you, this is with your children. For some of you, this is with your significant others. I ain't going to tell you who's who or who you should continue to invest in, but your family looks different. Your family looks different than what it did, you know, and still may include the same people. We may not be married anymore, but we still fucking family. That kind of energy. You might not be my blood, but I still raised you. We family. That type shit. After the shit we've been through together, nothing will change that. We family. So I might not like you right now, you might not like me right now, but we family. And not the toxic kind of family that you didn't get to choose, but the family that you chose. If you know what I mean. People think that they're not going to go through shit with the family that they choose. You know, you come up and for a lot of us, we survived the family that we were born into. And then we get to choose our family moving forward. And we think that because we choose the family that we choose, that we're not that. And for the most part, we're in alignment. We're similar. We share similar visions, or we complement each other well enough, respect and value each other well enough that we'll never run into conflict, or it'll never be difficult for us to connect or to maintain this connection. And that's untrue. Those are the connections that you fight like hell for. Those are the connections that you're totally willing to come to sit down and like, oh my God, talk on a whole nother level. Be as detail oriented as you need to be. Take as long as you need to. Peel the layers back as much as you want. Seek as much clarity. Give as much clarity. Seek to give as much clarity. Provide as much clarity in that connection as possible so that that person never feels no kind of way. Because you love them like that. Somebody that you're willing to go through the fucking rough times for, because they have to be there on the other side. You want them there on the other side. You want them going where you're going. Learn how to love on those people better. Learn how to invest in them energetically and love on them when they're being difficult. And you'll find that they're able to do the same with you. I love you. I'm going to leave it there. If you want to send me a love donation, I truly appreciate it. You know the vibes. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. This is your sign to come book your personal reading. Love you. Bye.